We've got more on those stories in just a bit, but first, we are tracking a big police scene in Phoenix this morning after officers opened fire on a man who they say was armed and pointing a gun at vehicles.
That's right. Hours later, there's still massive closure in the area of 23rd and Indian School, just a few feet down off of the I-10. So we have team coverage for you of this right now. Traffic, the alternate routes in just a moment, but first we want to see how all of this played out, and checking in on the scene with Gibby. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Extremely critical condition is how the Phoenix Police Department explained the suspect out here in this officer-involved shooting, where they say they had to shoot the suspect more than once. Now, officers arrived here on the scene where they were told a man was jumping in front of cars along Indian School just east of I-17. When they approached the suspect, they noticed he was armed with a gun. They say he refused to obey commands to put the gun down, and after pointing a weapon at officers, they opened fire, hitting the suspect, who still refused to obey commands.
Lethal munitions were used in an effort to have him comply by dropping that handgun. He refused, and he once again raised that handgun and pointed at officers, and he was shot at again by officers.
Yeah, that man was then taken to the hospital. As I mentioned, he's in extremely critical condition. Many witnesses saw the man pointing the gun at cars driving by. Now, according to the police department, no one else was hurt, including those who were passing by or any officers. But Kim, I will tell you, now that the morning is coming along and people are starting to get ready to go to work, Indian School, which is closed from 23rd Avenue to the I-17, is completely shut off. But you can see folks trying to drive around this. I think it is best to kind of avoid this whole area at all costs, because it is starting to back up in the smaller local streets out here, which is probably going to be bad for everyone, at least trying to get to work this morning.
No doubt about it. A lot of people are going to be caught off guard by this. So let's map this out for you. Again, this is going to be off of the I-17 at Indian School. We start off with this live look at I-17 at Indian School, not impacting the freeway. So you are okay here. But if you typically exit the I-17 either northbound or southbound and you head eastbound on Indian School, you are not going to get far. We do have this closure on Indian School from the I-17 to 23rd Avenue. So avoid this area. 23rd Avenue is also going to be closed. So if you do need to head eastbound from the I-17, I suggest either taking Camelback Road or using Thomas to avoid that situation.